Okay. Hi, my name's Stacy Val. This is going to be my first video where I'm actually just blogging. I'm in an intercultural communications class. Actually, I'm in two. One's interpersonal relationships, and then the other one's intercultural communications. Anyway, so this actually has to do with my relationships class. They're pretty much the same, except one's like worldly, like, not just the United States, and then the relationships is just the United States, and even more conclusively your oikos, or the 10 to 15 different people that you interact with on a daily basis. So we did an experiment today on how we communicate with other people, and the use of our hand gestures and our facial expressions when we communicate with each other, and how much we rely so much on the other person's feedback when we're talking. And so the experiment today was the partner that I had to talk to, while he had to tell me a story or something that's going on in his life that he's really excited about, I had to remain completely stone-faced, meaning I just, nothing, like this, the whole time. So you can imagine what my partner must have felt as he's so excited, like, yeah, I'm so excited, this is happening in my life, it's going to be my birthday, it's going to be someone's wedding, and I'm a part of it, and here I am, just, that's cool. Like, and so for him to communicate with me, he relied on the use of my hand gestures or my facial expressions for, like, affirmation that I was interested in what he was saying. And the second experiment was, it was my turn to talk about something exciting going on in my life or something I'm happy about, but I had to talk to his back instead of to his face. And it reminded me of me trying to do my first posts for YouTube. I would sit here and look at the camera and I was like, I don't know what I'm saying, I don't know who I'm talking to, I don't really know what to say, so this is going on in my life. Like, it just kept going like that. Like, my conversation went in circles as I was talking to his back. And I was like, man, this is kind of like how I was trying to do YouTube. I don't have an audience. I don't have someone who's going to be looking back at me and smiling, or using their hand gestures to say they're involved in my conversation and what I'm saying. And to top that off, it seems like it's a one-man conversation, or one woman, haha, because I'm a girl. So, it's interesting how much we rely on other people's feedback, and so I decided that this is going to be my little experiment. I'm just going to keep talking. People do it all the time, but I'm not comfortable with it unless I have something that's going on up here that I want to communicate to someone else. So right now, I'm just spitting out these things. It's like, yeah, I have something to say, and even though I can't see anyone responding to me with facial expressions or words of affirmation or hand gestures, I'm still talking to you right now because I have something that's going on up here. I have a thought, an idea to express. But if I don't, it's kind of difficult for me to do so. So I'm going to try and be better at verbal communication. I'm going to try to be able to communicate regardless of whether a person's listening or not, because they may not look like they're listening. They could be stone-faced. They could not use hand gestures. It could be a cultural thing. I don't know. But that doesn't matter. I need to be able to communicate regardless of what they're giving me, unless they're saying, I don't really want to listen right now. And their other communication, their nonverbal communication, is the same as that, then I won't talk anymore. But hey, whatever. And the cool thing about YouTube is if I get boring, you can just turn me off. Woo! So anyway, here's to a new beginning of journaling and blogging and learning how to be a part of it, and here I am just